Hello 12 arts. Let us proceed with our syllabus. Today I am going to begin with the chapter number 6 that deals with the Second World War, the condition of India during the Second World War, and the condition of the rest of the Asia. Now, before I proceed, let us discuss about the scenario. The Second World War had begun in Europe in the year 1939, in September 1939. Now by 1940, the Allied powers, that means Britain, France, Russia, Soviet Russia, their condition was not too good, because Hitler was defeating one after the joint army, one after the another, and the situation of Germany was becoming more powerful day by day. Taking advantage of the situation in Europe, in Asia, Japan, the ally of Germany and Italy, one of the most important Axis powers, had started to extend its territories in Asia, giving the slogan Asia for Asians. Now there was a definite threat of Japanese attack on the British Indian territories, because Japan was capturing one place after another in Southeast Asia and was almost reaching Burma and occupying Burmese territories, or present Myanmar, and was proceeding towards the northeastern part of British ruled India. Now, in this scenario, the British government required complete support from the Indians. Not only the support, they wanted all kinds of resources supplied from India. So, for that reason, the British government were willing to provide certain concessions to the Indians. Now, for fulfilling this aim, the British government had the Viceroy, the Lord Linlithgow, in 1940 had given some proposals. The proposals of Lord Linlithgow that came to be known as Linlithgow offer or August offer, because the proposals were declared on 8th August 1940. So that is why Linlithgow offer is also known as August offer. Sometimes the question may be asked, it is asked as August offer, not Linlithgow offer. It is asked as August offer. Now, sorry. The Linlithgow offer proposed that there would be an expansion in the Viceroy's Executive Council, and there would be more Indian representatives in the Viceroy's Executive Council. After the end of the Second World War, the elected members of the Legislative Assembly would meet and create the Constitution of India, and the Indian government would be formed. After the British government would examine this Constitution created by this the elected members of the Legislative Assembly after the war. They would examine this Constitution, and if they were satisfied, then only the Indian government would be created, and they would consider that whether they would give India the dominion status or not. Now, Linlithgow offer or August offer was rejected by both the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League. Indian National Congress had rejected the August offer because there was no clear indication in it for the dominion status, and the Muslim League had rejected or refused to accept the Lindlitgo offer because there was no clear indication whether there would be separate Muslim state or the notion of Pakistan or not. So both the important political parties of India had rejected the Lindlitgo offer or August offer. Now by the time the war scenario was deteriorating day by day, and so there was a complete need for the Indian support in the Second World War on behalf of the British government, and for that reason they had sent a mission to India under Sir Stafford Cripps, and after his name this mission was known as the Cripps mission, which was sent in March 1942. So Cripps mission had come to India in March 1942. Stafford Cripps was a famous social worker and a member of the British Parliament. So also he was a very well-known legal expert. So he was sent by the British government to discuss the problems of the Indian transfer of power or Indian constitutional remedies for the Indians. He came to India in March 1942 to discuss all these problems with the Indian leaders. Now the reason basically was, as I have told you before, that the possible attack of Japan on British Indian territories, and there were international pressure upon British Prime Minister Winston Churchill regarding the transfer of power for Indian people. So all these factors forced the British Parliament to send Cripps mission in India. Now Cripps had come and he had given certain proposals. They were known as Cripps proposals. Now the proposals were that after the end of the Second World War, India would be given a dominion status. There would be a constituent assembly which would create the constitution for India, and the constituent assembly, the members of this constituent assembly would be elected from the native states as well as the British occupied territories in India, and the British would keep on the defense and finance of Indian territory under their control, and until and unless the constitution was prepared and accepted, the British government would keep on governing or administering the Indian territories, and there would be more representatives in the Viceroy's Executive Council. And in lieu of all these concessions, they asked wholehearted, complete support of the Indians as well as full access to the Indian resources in the Second World War. Now again, the Cripps proposals were not satisfactory for the Indian leaders and the other political parties, because Congress had opposed that there would be the representatives from the native states in the Constituent Assembly. It rejected that the Cripps proposal have not supported or have not declared for the complete independence for India. And then the Cripps proposal of the separation, it had a separation, the seed of separation. When the proposals were read, Congress found that there was a possibility of a separate Muslim state. So the Congress had rejected. Gandhiji had said that it was a post-dated check on a crashing bank. It was useless, and he ultimately declared to launch the Quit India movement and gave the slogan "Do or Die." We will come to that part, Quit India movement. But Cripps' proposals, as I was telling, that it could not satisfy the demands of the Indian National Congress, and the Congress rejected it. Muslim League had rejected it because there was no clear indication for the creation of a separate Muslim state. Other minority parties also, they have found that there were no satisfactory elements for fulfilling their interests. The Sikhs, the Buddhists, the Christians, they were not mentioned in the Cripps proposal. So everybody rejected the Cripps proposals, and Cripps mission was ultimately a failure.